Should remember how the pillows felt like clouds, or was it the other way around? How your neighbor came in to yell at you when the party got too loud. When I snuck into your living room and I wish that you would follow. First you didn't, but then you did, and it was already tomorrow. And you told me how you had an uncle who played the villain in those movies, and how he died, and then you cried. You apologized profusely, and I was nervous that this was as good as I could ever feel, and I was right.
I was wishing that we were two other people who need not say goodbye.
I confess to thinking sex was my salvation. Really, they just start with the letter S. You'll forgive me for thinking heaven was her bedroom, as close as I would ever get. As close as I would ever get. My favorite records from your apartment, kissing you before you left me for New York. Weren't you a princess or an heiress, or just the daughter of a rich man in this land of constant sunshine that you never have to work? New York City's cold, and when you love someone you should hold on to them so tightly till you crush them or they wriggle from your grasp. You don't just stand there and say nothing, but at least I learned my lesson. And I confess to thinking sex was my salvation. Really, they just start with the letter S. You'll forgive me for thinking heaven was her bedroom. It's as close as I would ever get. It's as close as I would ever get. people say. 'Cause everyone that you meet just wants to screw you, and you can't complain. And it's a shame she'd be a queen back in Rhode Island. Now she waits in line with the other sad cliches.
looks a lot like Stephanie. She looks a lot like Jane, who looks a lot like Amy, who looks a lot like Emily. Melanie, I wonder what she's telling me now. How she's 20 grand in debt for someone famous that she slept with, or how everybody loves her, or what drugs she doesn't take. But I don't really know why I talk to her, I guess cause she has big fat eyes, swallows awkward silences, so you don't even have to try. Besides, she never really talks to you, she's always looking across the room at someone who just came inside. She get to be the way that she is. How could anyone ever say they really loved her? I feel sorry for her unborn kids. Melanie, she looks so heavenly. She's nature's great creation. She better be. She has no female friends, and she's not much for conversation. Melanie, are you really as mentally as dead as you seem? I wanna rip you apart at the seams, just to know what's inside, but I'm afraid of what I'll see. I know she'll be in the front row at the show. She used to date someone in the band. She drinks until she can hardly stand. Some sucker holds her hand while she throws up in the van. Melanie, how the hell did she get to be the way that she is? She looks a lot like Tiffany. She looks a lot like Natalie. They ought to put you away, 'cause you're too good looking. They ought to put you in chains before you get your hooks in. They ought to smack you around. They ought to cut off your tongue. They ought to shave off your eyebrows, send you to a nun. They ought to get you a job, 'cause you have too much fun. They ought to carve you in marble, sell you by the ton. Oh,
night is a thief, some poet once wrote. It steals the colors of the day. It's kind of pretty if you like words. For my dog, they're not exactly true. Because there are colors at night. The burning red of passion, the angry green of jealousy, and the ugly, terrifying black of fear.
Joke at a time like this. I know why, 'cause this is what you wanted all along now, isn't it? I think that all you ever really ever wanted was a reason to complain. That never stopped you before, don't let it get in your way. Those are her words, not mine. As far as I'm concerned, we could have had a good time. So if you walk out that door in disgust, I guess there's nothing more to discuss. Birds don't sing, they just fall from the sky. Girls don't call and they never tell you why. That's just how they say goodbye.
All sounds a little sick to me.
Don't listen to my music. Don't lie in my bed. Don't listen to the references to things you might have actually said. 'Cause those are my words, not yours. As far as I'm concerned, it could have been a lot worse. I wasn't trying to avoid the confrontation. She isn't crying, she's just making conversation. Birds don't sing, they just fall from the sky. Girls don't call and they never tell
was only trying to stay warm. Oh, Angela, can't stand the cold, and it's not summer anymore. I haven't seen the last of her. To stay warm. Oh, Angela, can't stand the cold, and it's not summer anymore. I haven't seen the last of her. Oh, Angela, can't stand the cold.
we have the very absorbing story of a girl who was forced into a game of terror in which the dice were loaded with death.
To
Dating courtesy. A girl is right to assume her date will perform little acts of courtesy which are his privilege. If you are small, will allow him to open doors to his chairs. Don't barge on him. You'll get attention all right, but it won't be favorable. It is correct to pause and let him know you expect him to act like gentleman. He'll love it, think you're a lady, and in return, flatter his masculinity.
Excuse me for a second while I bang my head against Some shitty bar somewhere.